Hi, my name's Adam. And I have this over here, this large box. I don't know if you can see it. That is my trunk full of railroad courses. Well, catalogs that I've done. This is a computer. This is the thing. Railroad. You have your railroad technical training catalog. I just got this today in the mail. I used to do them all by hand. And we'll look inside here. What I have is a whole bunch of folders. Start with railroad rehabilitation and design. We have a cutoff. Got a big box. There's got to be at least 30 folders there. These are catalogs, flip-through catalogs that I made for oil petroleum. These are my petroleum railroad petroleum. Got a using supply limit MCCS Navy Flag 306 and a copy of D for Mr. Tie plates. Right here, these are operational learning. We got a bulldozer there and dozers. Operational equipment. Chapter 12 cranes and attachments. Operations like caterpillars. Here I have what I post as a USA job. Temporarily, I'm going for a Deputy Associate Administrative Regulatory Legislative Operations. This job title is basically it's a vacancy in the Deputy Chief Assistant Administration of Regulatory Legislation. I don't know about Code Federal Regulations, but what I have here is a Technical Operational Direct Intermediate Maintenance Manual, Locomotive Diesel Maintenance Manual. I've gotten this all offline. Here's another folder. Same thing, Locomotive Davenport. Department of the Army, TM. Flip through these, brake starting, power plant. Now I'm going to pull out, I got a little June calendar, classic freight trains, little wrinkle. It's got all the different ones in there. It's got a turnabout. Weighs about 200 pounds. Fucking this whole trunk here. We'll start with a first one on the end is a definitions book glossary. What it says here is a basically the fuel and carburetor code systems is a glossary, about 100 pages, all through A through Z for all automotive parts, A, B, C, D, F. That's for fuel exhaust. And next one I have is a WABU standards, odds and letters. Goes over the testing. WABU, Washington Associates Building Association. It's got the test. It's got a glossary. It's got semi-automatic welding, shielded welding, whatever you need for WABU certification. It's got girded boards, plug shots, butt welds, fillets, grooves, double grooves, K piping, welding. First part of it goes over the test, and then it goes into actually how to weld 3/8 of an inch into 5/8 of an inch Here is a table for fillets and your drafting signals. Tells you how to read a symbol with the joint and blocking. This is the location of the elements of the working symbol right here. Tells you a T and a counter joint and a butt joint, more welding arrows, and then into the definitions of all split well. Goes over spatter and stuff like that. So that's Waboo. You can test for Waboo. It costs 20 bucks a piece of metal for a welding extermination gun. Railway track maintenance. 2 TR 607 grading and cross guard. Chapter 4. There is an additional to this, the first set, but this basically goes over to, it's all copied hand by hand in each lesson learning. This is TR grade crossing card rails and seasonal sections. It's all flangeways. Basically your Robert Blake, snow and ice, flaggers, crews, maintenance crews. That's our third one on the stack. Alright, 3 railway yards. Have your railroad inspector double, and then according to this one, I kind of took short notes on. You got your yard clicks, receiving yard, and classification yards. You have your gravity causes of them. This is basically the hump yards, advance yards, engine stops, railroad trains, tracks and characteristics, outsides, further. It goes over the whale's eye, it goes over freight grouping, typical grouping area. It gives you the breakdown for the buffer and the bumper cards, for your hazard determination of car yards, AAR rules, prevention of delays, anticipation of delays. It's got an index to it right here. I copied the glossary down. Goes from air inspector to, air inspector, air plug, air tested, angle cock, ash deck, brakeman. It's got a full dictionary in it. This is railway yards. Construction equipment. I basically, this also goes with the blue folders. You have your rubber tire front end loader, chapter 9 front line loader, escorts. I basically take some paste, and when I get tired of drawing, or I take out the pictures, so sometimes you need pictures. Truck carrier split. It tells you how to operate a bulldozer, and then there's one on digging, excavations, but we haven't got there yet. This is a petition ballot for my Ace Tray Dock. In the back, it has special numbers. It basically goes over my program. That's deemed permiss. The written first draft. Maintenance 1, a railway car. Maintenance railway car TM. Maintenance railway car TM 55203. Maintenance repair and construction effects and applicability. Non-nuclear and nuclear MTM at MTS. Goes over railway cars, railroad response, railroad repair shops, MRRS equipment, AR 753. Cards. It goes over the first couple chapters where you have your it goes over the superstructures, the drafting gears, the trucks, the wheel wear, journal cases, broken parts, axles, bent axles, joists, journal bearings. Once again, journal packing, trucks. Centers and all parts. Chapter 5 is underframe and sills. Underframe and sills. It goes with the center sills, side sills, tungsten, nut bar, angularity, race car. It's a chapter, and then I skip Well, no, I didn't skip anything. But rivets, rivets for the center plating, not center plates. Rivets is chapter 5. Dimensional bracing, chapter 6. Drafting gear, chapter 6. Drafting gear. Drafting gear, chapter 6. Purpose of absorbing shock. Friction type, general. General pulls, chapter disassembly, checking is the maintenance manual for all this, for regular railway cars, couplers, A, B, C, E, F, and G. It goes over CONUS and OCONUS trains, like. Here's a stack of notebooks right there. Good ream. Still going. Right here we have a locomotive stock book. It goes over the Lewis models and trucks, the voltages, publications, general motor generators, equipment received, maintenance requests. It tells you all the forms on how to do the maintenance reports and the forms and the daily inspection worksheets, as long and the DA form monthly logs. Where does it go to? 3.3. Receiving and shipping stress and makeover 56.5-inch gauges. You have your center sill, your body bolster, drag gear, pockets, side sills, end sills, and floor strings. There is another page. I left some blank. There's 3.5 15 general railway cars inspection defects and noted. This goes over railroad. Follows the maintenance book into the Department of the DA forms and inspections. Field inspections of data for railway cars. This is rolling stock. Military equipment, subcourse, general, diesel, electric, classification summaries, rolling stock, types of rolling stock, freight equipment used. Section 2, other equipment, general, 80-ton flat cars, depression center flat car, refrigerator car, passenger car, special cars, never cars. Summary, maintenance of equipment, categories, maintenance, organizational maintenance, private support, general, motive power, diesel electric can produce 100 to 240 horsepower, diesel electric power units. The electrical, these are AIP, Army Institution Professional District, TR sections. The white classification classification of axles and demonstrated end on the tuck. One tells you how to read a Lewis model or a white stock model. The housing cars accommodated flagman service as a officer. The ballast cars, the flat cars, it goes over the railroad stock, rolling stock, trucks, journal, side frames, 6-month side frames, life expectancy of steel for 4,000 years or 40 tons to run, crew and 400 yards to the rear of the crew of 100. Superstructures assembly with the exception of the tanker car, refrigeration car. It goes over all the special cars. There's a middle page in here. Where does it go? The summary and the rolling stock rolling services may be attached to the bottom time. So you have your military equipment AIPD book, and the stack. Here is a not markered on the front one, but it is track maintenance 2, the section 5. This is the first This is actually chapter 2. There may have been 3 books to this track maintenance. It goes over track construction and speed limits and limitations. It goes over how to build a track, the design, the slip switching, the track bumpers, curves on a lining. Basically, I did all these books so I could have a 30 set of hand notebooks, which I could change, switch, and exchange per daily. One a day is what I percent to tested. Percent to tested, like on my own. What do you call it? I guess my own squad would do a day of one of these a day. I got 30 of them, so you can switch them around to each day, exchange one, and test the AIPD daily. They are a little bit easier to read. I did cut some notes, but I generally just took the whole note of the Bible so I could have the hand receipt. It goes over angles, degrees, cut curves, switch curves, cross curves. All the stock rolling stock, the lengths, the track maintenance, the heels, railway track maintenance 1, fundamentals of the railway, fundamental railway, individual fundamental rail line, flanges, guards, turnouts, railway gauge, field side gauge, between 56.5-inch gauge, 57 in other areas. They have the proper crossing, the proper cross level twist to the elevation, the proper course, the structure, cleaves. I did some of these hand drawings. Usually, sometimes I save them page to print them out. Ballast materials. Selection of ballast selection. This is a ballast cross section. Oral less heavy. Obtaining drainage ways. I made a AIPD video. It's a little too long. I got to cut it up so it will fit on YouTube. This is track maintenance 1. It goes over the slip joints and joint comparisons, and it basically ends at 333, chapter 3 summary of the railroad joints and parts and stuff. So another one on the stack. Here's the stack. It's a pretty good size stack. It gets larger. We're on this many books. Well, there's some more. There's about 30 of them I've done. This one is important for brake rigging adjustments. I put it on the front cover so I have it. It's just a brake realm Velcrum. It shows how to use the hand brakes or the brake regulator while you're using the brakes. This is Maintenance Railway Card 2, U.S. Army. Well, this is the brake log itself. It's U.S. Army Maintenance Railway 8 Brake General. Braking gear combo, vacuum brakes. I did take out the front page. This is your index card, the ABCs of brake rigging adjustment. They have your truck assembly, your truck assembly, foundation brake gear, your brake lever for the badge plate, your brake lever guard requirements, the gear requirements. It goes into type 3s, ABAs, primal parts, bell cranks, ratchet wheel panels. You have these fold out. That's an AB valve with a retainer, brake cylinders, brake pipe, and emergency reserve. The AR interstate construct, 1926. The ABA freight bar, automatic air operation slack. removal of air brake, AB brake, valve emergency portion. Goes. You got tightening nuts. Cleaning pipe and associate parts. Angle cocks. Gauge. Brake piping. It's got pages and pasted in between. Retaining valve. Cylinder lubricating. This is the brake manual, brake book for, shows your angle cocks. This shows your angle cocks. Basically, it's the whole. I copied on the whole book. So I do the whole books, and if it gets a little long, it goes with the KB3, the AB1, AB reservoir, the angle cocks, the stenciling of new, every time you change it. This is the figure of the ABA brake cylinder, and that does it for brake. This is a pretty thick look brake cylinders. Still got some more. Has more. Construction equipment once again. Chapter 10. Graders and scrapers. It shows the movement of the graders and scrapers, how to park it up, and how to drive it on elevation. How to use a loader, or scraper, whatever you want to call it. This is a blood donor book. Got my buddy there. Blood donor book. I've given 30 bags of blood or more. Like I don't know. I've given 30 bags of blood since I was 20. I'm 29. Makes a whole about 30-pound bags of blood. Each one's a pint. So 30 bags of pints and 3 bags of plasma. I've gotten 2 license plates and 2 towels. This is another welding cutting book, the welding cutting and angle book. This is a short book. It's got tungsten sizes of, and it's got AC welding, tungsten sizes, MIG gas selection. I was taking notes out of a hard copy book, a welding guide. We got loading and blocking. You got your charts, you got your little railroad car accessory. I was trying to how to put a tank or a trucker on there with cleats, how to do the loading, weight, and some disassemblage. And this is a 1-credit book. Shows you how to rig it in spans for flatbed belly cars with loading, trucks. Truck TOs, brake ring, cleats, brake wheel. You got your railroad tanker, how to load and brace a car with a rear wheel. Here is a bulldozer TL, technical bulldozer. Locomotive order, locomotive lubricating order. Right here we have drafting electronic symbols. I got this out of an dual apprenticeship to journeyman and symbols. It shows you the electrician, journeyman, motor generator, outlets, X's, surfaces, panels, plates, switches, phone operation, flash management, motors, branches. It's got all the symbols in there, so you know what the symbols are: ground, currency, more hotheads, retards, directional circuits, circuit ohms, amps, waves, line, parallel, projections. So we got your graphing electronic symbols. This right here is a USA Corp Engineering Construction diesel fuel system. Subcourse 529. It goes over how to drive over diesel fuel system. Rosary motors. See if I can get a picture going on for you. We got fuel injection pipe pieces, fundamental fuel injection pumps. More fluid nozzles, fluid injection. Basically, it goes over a couple lessons on how to troubleshoot certain things in diesel locomotives, diesel rosary motors, which are construction equipment motors. They're basically kind of like a round shaft instead of a full shaft motor. They're usually IB diesels with a valve stem and valves. And this goes over how it goes over the oil fuel system, that oil housing. You have a fuel filter element installation. Like I said, I take flour and water and got your valve train assembly there. I draw a couple motors, but I ain't done. I basically did small and large blocks, but without the components. Maintenance books, railway cars, chapter 9, superstructures, and painting. And I did this also on a DVD disc, so I read it again after I wrote it. So it's about the 4th time I've been through it. It goes over superstructures. We're in chapter 10, train lighting. Chapter 11, heating. It goes into the maintenance, inspections and removals, and put in upper zone heating. That's maintenance book number 3. You have railroad track maintenance book number 1, rehabilitation and design, and shows the superstructure, elevators, more track maintenance. I want to have a track maintenance parade with like paper tie plates and show it and take it down and just have the desk and try a recital of nailing the railroad. It goes over the hand mills, the toes, here's the turnout of the frog throat, the lug nuts, and how to do a turnout inspection facing the world up above. More pages. This right here is a welding operations book too, subcourse welding operations edition. It goes over more welding because you got your welding TIG, your shield metal, everything else. It's about 140 pages. It's really complete. This is welding operations too. It took two of them together. I stapled them together. Safety precautions and everything else. Standard codes of conduct for IET initial and transfer training. Right now I'm working on the DOD educational DOE Department of Energy and mechanical diesel and electrical diesel motors. This is a started notebook. I have 2 started. Railway operations goes over field welds, more welding books. I changed this to a welding book. You have your welding symbols, your causes, your flushes, your plug weld, your fillet welds. Oh man, I just lost the cover of that. You have your parallel circuits, your tacks, your up ground, above head, and this is basically another welding book. Railroad in Design number 2. This goes with this book right here. These two books. Railroad Design 1 and 2. Gives you all the track specs, how many degrees, how many to super elevate, how to curvature, how to do a logbook, how to excavate, how to survey, how to lay a turnout in the right proper degree. I'm looking at McHale's, I'm learning what you're doing there, but you know, it's got your mathematical for pointing out turnout designs. It's got your crossway guards. It tells you how to rehabilitate and design, which comes into a federal railroad loan. This is one. I wrote it, but I copied all the pictures down. So there's Railroad 1 and Railroad 2. Stuff the papers back into it. Construction equipment repair. Repair hydraulics equipment. This is tells you how to replace construction equipment, hydraulics. It goes over troubleshooting, learning assignments, and how to check the oil, the place and the speeds, and how to fix the piston rings, hydraulic equipment repairs. This right here is a rehabilitation note. It's an introduction. It's a technical railroad track standards manual. Army TM 5628. It's a standard 67-page track manual that shows you how the web base, the Hales railroad, how long the track split joints, how to join them. A table. It gives you tables of elevations and grade and pick gravel and airfields, and it's pretty good. It's in railroad track standards. There's some more of it. It's one that I don't have. You know, it's about 90 pages. Diesel locomotive, electric. This goes over locomotive consigns, fuel injection cylinders. It wrote it in language. Well, it goes over bastering. What I call Baker's method and Guzzler method, testing electrical, cleaning up axles and axle generators, motors, and air to storage. It's a vacuum, load regulations. It's pretty good. Here's the rest of the railroad track maintenance, bridges, railroad track standards. We have blank composition. This is state infrastructure dams and stuff. So when you say infrastructure loan, it's a AR4270. It tells you about public works facilities made by the Army, inspection of roads, and state infrastructure design. It goes over location repair, facilities, highways, railways, dikes, bridges, more. Got two really large stacks there going on. Railway Operations Standards and Code of Rules of the ARR. Operational feeder. This is the railroad operational feeder. Goes over dispatching rules, railroad operation safety standards. It tells you extra hope and when and why, and west and east, and extra workaround trains, engine underneath 1,000. Rules of feeder, times, mission classes, and paperwork. So you have green flags and strokes and lights. Maintenance repair manual 2, intro to shop TO. It's I write these all by hand. Here's a neat little diagram. We built a kite. That's what we did. We got like this is my friend's kite with knots. We did a small little diagram on how to build a kite with K joints and piping and nylon. It's my fabricated drawing. Almost done, got another couple books. U.S. Army engine construction equipment. This one's on excavating, construction equipment, components, adjusting, repairs, more construction equipment, repairs, more like Caterpillar repairs in this one. A DOD official mailman manual. There should be 2 copies of this. I wrote the whole post office DOD official mailman manual. Goes over how to send a packet, what's ASST, what's I did apply to the Army. These are my DOD official mailman manuals, which I hope are a diplomatic douchebag. Anybody can be a mailman, even if you live in the fire department, but you got to apply federally the right way. Railroad planning, intelligence, tonnage, capacity, equipment, personnel, supply. This one goes over tonnage capacities, how to calculate tons, diesel, electric locomotives, workforce, the charts, how much tons and orders that you have to be sent. And I have a book on thermal dynamics. This is section bridges. This goes with chapter 4. Section of bridges. AR, state infrastructure and loans. I got a stack of notebooks that's ready to fall. There's about 40 notebooks there. Alright, that does it for now. I'll show you the rest in a minute. I guess I'll do petroleum different than